Hello, guys, welcome to another episode of Moments with Lady R. Today on this show, we'll be talking about the role of communication in self-esteem. I can't even begin to emphasize the importance of this topic. Under the auspice of Self-Esteem Diary, I get so many DMs with young people expressing their challenges on communication issues. And today, I've brought you the best person who can sort out the various issues relating to communication. He is popularly known as the talk active. Not talkative, talk active. He's a legal practitioner, a professional event compere, and a communication strategist. He specializes in helping people communicate better in different situations. Specifically, he teaches them to know what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. He's passionate about impacting young people, which makes him my kind of guy. Because, if you are not passionate about impacting, what can you be passionate about anyways? His passion for young people inspired him to initiate a program, Spotlight. Through this program, he mentors young people who are interested in public speaking. And the best part is he's a young man who is on fire for Jesus. He's the team lead of Souls Inspired Outreach, a youth-based ministry that takes the gospel to lost souls. And yeah, I know you can't wait to meet him, so I won't keep you guys in suspense. His name is Festus Untong.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for being on this show with me, Festus. I can't emphasize how grateful I am. And I'm looking forward to learning a lot from you. This is when you meet the experts, you just have to double it.
We're also learning on the job. Like I mentioned, it's a privilege to be here. I'm also excited, and I hope we're able to deliver as expected.
By God's grace, we will. Oil is on your head now. Everywhere I can see dripping here. So we are going to start with communication. What exactly is communication?
Okay, communication. There are a lot of definitions of communication as a term. However, I've just mentioned the one that works for me. Simply, communication is exchange of information, one person to another person, from one medium to another medium. So it's basically exchange of information. That is what communication is.
Okay, so guys, pardon me, I did not mention that although we are going to be talking about the role of communication in self-esteem today, it's going to be in 4 episodes actually. So this is going to be a program that will run for 4 weeks. And for today, our topic is communication strategies that can help with low self-esteem. And this is what Festus will be breaking down into tiny bits and pieces.
We hope to do our best on that.
So, are there different sides to communication? You said communication is the sharing of information.
The exchange of information.
Thank you. The exchange of information. So, diving straight into the topic, communication strategies that can help with low self-esteem. How does sharing of information, how can it help with low self-esteem?
Thank you so much. What I have done with this topic is to layer it.
Mm-hmm.
That way we are able to better dispense the topic so that it's in bits, and then people can better understand and value the topic. So first of all, we started with communication, that it's an exchange of information from one person to another, from one medium to another medium. Further to communication, we know that there are different forms of communication. We have oral communication, which is just the way you're hearing my voice, I'm hearing your voice. We are communicating that way. We have written communication, which is what we have here, writing.
Yeah.
Or we have visuals. We can design it, can just paint, graphic, all of those things. So we have different forms of communication, but the basic idea is what is being said, how is it being said, when is it being said. And so basically,
What is being said? How is it being said? When is it being said? Okay.
So, of all the mediums, of all the forms of communication, what we want is we are basically exchanging information, we are passing information, we are telling you something. We want you to go with something, we also want to come back with something, or we to want to go with something. So the basic idea is something is being exchanged. Information is being exchanged in whatever medium, whatever form it is. So we take it a step further and we talk about self-esteem.
Okay.
And then we know that, I wouldn't want to assume that we know, but for self-esteem, I have seen from research that self-esteem is externally influenced in a way.
Okay.
And that is because of the two major factors, which is nature and nurture.
Okay.
Nature and nurture. For nature, we speak about basic tendencies of an individual, which can be gotten from parents.
Okay.
Definitely.
So before you go further into that, I think to help our audience, follow us, let's do it this way. So what inspired this topic, communication strategies that can help with low self-esteem, is this. A lot of times, young people, first of all, we are talking research here. I found out that a child's self-esteem is fully formed by the age of 5. Fully. Wow, permit me to use this slang. That thing busted my brain. It totally busted my brain. I'm like, what? Like, at the age of 5, a child's self-esteem is fully formed? That means that I can't even begin to imagine the damage that has been done to a lot of people, because, in homes, you see situations where a child wants to talk, and the next thing is, you talk too much. You talk too every time. Papa, can't you shut up for 1 minute? The mother, I don't blame them. They have a lot to cope with, but its effects is there nonetheless.
Yes.
And then there's the other side of this communication, which is internal. Yeah. The part where when you make mistakes, you go, using myself as an example, Rose, why are you so stupid? What's wrong with you? Why didn't you do it this way? Didn't you see that this is not the best way? Why you're just crazy? Rose, I'm so disappointed in you, So if these are two angles, you were talking about nature and nurture. So I just wanted to, put it this way for our audience to be able to follow us. So there's the part where the parents, due to their communication strategies, can cause low self-esteem, and there's the part where you can cause low self-esteem through the way you communicate to your. Yes. Thank you. So yes, take it off from there.
Yes, you're very correct in mentioning all of those, the nature and the nurture. In the sense that nature, yes, basic tendencies, temperaments that are gotten from parents, and also we now speak about nurture. How is this person trained? How did this person develop? Like you had mentioned, how person may be talkative like me, he may be shut up more often than not.
Yeah.
And he may just decide, you know what, nobody wants to hear me, or I'm actually saying rubbish, and he closes up, doesn't want to talk again, or doesn't want to do other activities that they may have passion about.
Yeah.
So that's the point. So what actually influences self-esteem are these factors, nature and nurture.
Okay.
Also environmental factors. When you talk of nurture, you have friends around, you have uncles and aunties, teachers, you have people who they're either bringing you up or they're bringing you down. So these are all factors that affect self-esteem. So if they were directed in the negative aspect, definitely
low self-esteem.
The effect is low self-esteem.
Yeah.
If it was in the positive, then we have very good self-esteem.
Yeah.
So yes, for strategies to help with low self-esteem, I have actually tried to classify into 2.
Okay.
First part being as a person who wants to help out with someone who is dealing with low self-esteem. And for the second part is you as an individual who may be dealing with low self-esteem.
So if I understand correctly, what you've done here is you've broken down this topic into strategies that can help individuals who are helping people going through low self-esteem.
Yes.
And then you also brought out strategies that can help individuals who are trying to help themselves.
Yes.
So this is quite interesting.
Yes.
See why I say he's the expert.
We try our best. So what we are looking at here for the first part, which is for individuals who want to help or who are around people who have low self-esteem. We're looking at parents, we're looking at teachers, looking at words, looking at just, people who are around these people who have this low self-esteem. And what strategies in communication can they implement to better help them? So one of them is recognize their feelings and be supportive.
Support.
Recognize their feelings and be supportive. It's very easy to, like Rose, you use yourself as an example where you were saying, I'm so stupid and all of that. So it's very easy for me, who probably wants to help you, to say, don't talk like that. No.
That's actually our default.
It's our default.
Yes.
And we are trying to be helpful, no doubt, but it's not, I don't think it's actually helping. It's not actually helping. So what we want to do at those particular times, I think it's a process. It's a process. What we want to do is, yes, recognize this person's feeling and be supportive.
So let me use this example of, have you met some really hardcore believers who you be like, hey, sister, you're not looking so fine. You're not looking all right today. What's the problem? And you go, nothing much. I just have a slight headache. And say, don't say that. Don't say that. You don't have headache in Jesus' name. So, using that kind of scenario, are you saying that the first thing you should do is recognize the reality of the individual before you go ahead to proffer solutions? Is that it?
Well, yes, and if I was going to talk about the scenario you just gave, I think there are two different things. There's fact and there's truth.
Okay.
Fact may not necessarily be truth all the time.
Okay.
Fact may not necessarily be truth all the time. I know it may be a bit confusing. And
I'm trying to comprehend. I'm trying to follow you as you lead. You're the expert here.
We may need more time in that particular area. But what we are saying is this. This person feels he's not worthy or he's not. It's a feeling. It may not be true. For example, I may feel you don't like me. That may not be true.
It's just a feeling.
It's a feeling. It may be a fact to me. I have analyzed certain activities. I have analyzed how you've spoken to me. I have analyzed certain circumstances. And I came up with the fact that you don't like me.
That's not true.
But it's not true.
I like you now. I mean, you're here. I like you.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So one of the things is, okay, you have to recognize this person. Okay, you're going through this. Oh, I do understand you. And be supportive. I'm here for you.
Yes, are you really here?
Obviously, I'm actually here. You want to say, okay, I actually recognize that you're going through this, and I'm here for you if there's anything I can do to help you with this. Now, what this does is to get this person knowing fully whether you are there for them. This person knows that I can actually talk to this person. We're talking of low self-esteem here. And from research, we have realized that a whole lot of actions, a whole lot of negative vices have actually emanated from low self-esteem. And this person wants to know, okay, I have someone who is there for me, not someone who would probably just shut me up and make you feel like my feeling is not valid. So you actually want to be there to let them know that you are actually there. So the next one is, yes, you just mentioned it. Listen.
Oil is on my head too.
You want to listen to them. You want to listen to them. And I cannot overemphasize this. A whole lot of us, we don't listen. You know how sometimes we are in conversations, someone is talking, and all your mind is doing is, let this guy just finish talking. Just finish talking.
Yeah, you the young dust of it. Hurry up, come up for here.
A whole lot of time, it is that way because, we just want to air our own points of view. We're not interested in what this person is saying, but what we're interested in is, guy, you need to know my own opinion about what it is you are going through. So we're not actually listening to what he's saying.
So most times people ask you, what's the problem? Not because they want to know what the problem is, but because they've already formed an opinion and they just want to share it anyways. I don't care if you want to listen or not, but you must hear my opinion.
Just hear my opinion.
Yeah. That's
or
true.
even if they don't know, as in the process of your explanation, all their mind is saying, oh, you could have done this, do this better, do this. Most of the time, a lot of people, with no offense, actually know the solutions to their problems.
Yes, you're right.
They know, like,
You're
I
correct.
should be doing this. This
You're
is what I
correct.
should be doing. But they still want to talk to somebody, not to give them solutions.
You're correct. Very correct.
I learned this the hard way, actually. Most of what I'm sharing with you is through the hard way, actually.
So you guys, you're getting this for free, very free.
So I learned a whole lot of it the hard way, because someone is expressing how whatever it is they've gone through, and you're just sitting there, all your mind is doing is, okay, this is the solution, this is the solution. He or she did not ask you for a solution. So I'm always intentional. Would you want me to suggest a solution after you've spoken, you've interacted? Oh, this is what you're going through. Oh, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Is there anything I can do?
Okay, so there are two sides to this. I'm also the person who, a lot of times when I go through issues, I know how to solve them. If I'm talking to people, it's just because I feel like I'm really overburdened and I just want someone to listen.
Yes.
But there's another side to it. There are people who genuinely do not know the solution to their problem.
Yes.
Those are the people who, they will make the same. In fact, you can advise them today. Let's use relationship. Common, the relationship scenario that's very common. This guy or this girl have a pattern. They have a pattern of dating the same kind of girl or the same kind of guy that causes them heartbreak, and then they come to you, Festus, this guy broke my heart, and so on and so forth, right? And then afterwards you go, okay, let's go. What happened? How did this happen? You try to trace it to the root so you can help, right? The next time, the same pattern repeats itself. And then this person goes, Festus, they broke my heart. And you help again. And you help again. And you help. Now, don't forget the fact that at the time when this person is going through this, relationships, my God, the issues I've handled in that regard. Because it gets to the point where the person starts feeling, I'm not lovable. Nobody can love me. So now, as a result of, there are two things here. You're providing solutions. This person is not listening. And then low self-esteem has occurred. How can you help in this kind of situation?
First of all, from your example, it's obvious the person doesn't actually want your solutions.
Okay.
If the person actually wants your solutions, she or he would have taken the advices you gave and not repeat the process.
Some people can help themselves, That's why you have therapy.
Like I said, the person obviously doesn't want it. So my giving you advice repeatedly, and I notice how you keep making the same mistakes, most of the time, for me personally, I just keep quiet.
Okay, let's leave that one. That one is for the hair. So let's leave that one. Let's go back to communication.
So we're talking about listening. Yes, you need to give your speaker, full attention. This thing of phones. It's really very annoying.
Because are you sure you're not using this for something else? Your full attention should focus on me.
My notes are here, actually.
Okay.
My
it's points. Permitted. You can continue.
I'm not chatting with someone else.
It's okay.
But you get the point of, you're in a conversation with someone and the person goes...
No, they go, 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please.
I feel like you just... Exactly. You're talking to someone who is dealing with low self-esteem. And you're doing all of that. It's just saying, you know what? I'm not worth it. If I'm actually worth the time, this person would drop that phone. Even if you're giving me 20 minutes undivided attention, it would go a long way to help this person.
Very true.
Even if you may want to be intentional about it. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I don't have so much time, but I can give you 20 minutes undivided attention. You may want to be intentional, yes, and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So you may set a timer or just do something that will say, okay, for the next 20 minutes, you have my undivided attention. But the important thing is to ensure that at that point, you are actually listening actively.
And if it's not possible at that point, you can reschedule.
You can actually reschedule to say, oh, can we do this some other time?
Yes.
Instead of making it look like I'm actually, yanning trash.
I don't care. Yeah.
It's not nice at all.
And it doesn't help.
Yes. And I already granted myself, part of my notes says consider what they are saying or what they are trying to express instead of trying to formulate a response.
Festus.
Consider what they are trying to express. What are they going through? Put yourself in that shoe. That's what they want to express.
There are some people who feel I've seen it all, I know it all. So once somebody just comes in like, I know what this person wants to say. Okay.
You know?
What are you saying actually? And then the person is talking and in their head they're already thinking of, I know the end. The person has not landed. I know the end. I know where this is going, but okay. Their facial expression already even conveys the fact that, they are not listening.
Yes.
They already have a conclusion. And truly, that doesn't help. Very correct.
Yes, when we are listening, what we are listening to do is to actually listen. I still hold that position. When I'm listening to listen. I want you to know I'm here. I want you to know I am here. And what a lot of people don't realize that listening is actually part of communication.
Yeah.
It's actually part of communication. You are actively listening to me right now. Your listening is active. For example, I was in a conversation with a friend on Sunday. A group of people were just discussing just by the side. Apparently, the topic they were discussing attracted her attention.
Okay.
Now, but she was still in a conversation with me. In the midst of their conversation, she goes,
that's serious.
And she says she was listening to them. I had to tell her, I said, no, you were not listening to them, you were eavesdropping. For listening, you have to be active. Your listening has to be active. What you were doing was eavesdropping. You were not part of that conversation. You are a part of this conversation we are having, not a part of their conversation.
She just has long ears now. You can't blame her for that, Festus.
I wasn't blaming her. I just wanted her to, get in the perspective of she said she was listening, and I'm like, no, you're not listening.
Yeah, it's dropping.
You were
You
definitely
just
not
had to
listening.
point it out. Okay, how about instances where there are some people who their brain works like overtime, like
Overthinkers.
yes. So as you're just talking, they're already going, okay. People will tell you, I want to preempt. What can go wrong? So as you're thinking, it's not conscious. It just happens. They are listening to you, yes, but they are already thinking, how do I solve this? How do I solve this? How do you help those people understand that in as much as you want to solve this, right now, what this person wants is for you to listen?
First of all, what I tell people is, when it comes to communication, it's a discipline. I mean, you discipline yourself for it.
Okay, I thought you meant discipline, like academic discipline.
Well,
something you
definitely,
and study.
yes, we study it. It's an academic discipline as well.
Festus.
But I mean, to actually, it's one thing to just know it, get all the knowledge. It's another thing to actually practice it. So all of these things you've known, it takes discipline. It takes discipline to not shout at you.
Right.
Irrespective of whatever it is, it
But
takes
first,
discipline.
you can't
to
shout
not...
at me now. I'm a sweet person. You can't shout at me.
No, I can't. I'm
Okay. That's nice. Let's move on.
So it takes discipline to do all of those. So when you're getting this type of information that's telling you, actively listen, irrespective of the fact that, okay, you may have a solution, you may know what it is that this person, you can advise, and this person will be able to come out of this situation. What you need to do is discipline yourself to actually listen. It may yes, definitely. There are people who, they don't have the solutions. More often than not, that's why they're even talking to you. But just listen. They get to the point where they say, sir, ma, what do I do? Oh, that's your blank check. Enjoy yourself now.
So as a lawyer, I remember that there's this thing they used to teach us in school, client counseling.
Yes.
And one of the stages is understanding your client expectation. So your client comes to you with a problem, and then the person has finished speaking. The other day I went and somebody bashed my car, they hit me, and the person took me to police station. And just listen. And then at the end of all the things the person wants to say,
What do you want me to do?
What do you want us, if it's a firm, to do for you?
How can I help you? I had a situation like that, when in practice, and this person comes and we had police case. I was in prison. I was in detention. That's police detention. He just highlighted his whole story, his everything, and I go, what do you want me to do for you? I have listened to you. What do you want me to do for you? Till today, he has not told me what he wants me to do. That's about 3 years ago.
Which means some people just want to they just want you to listen, not necessarily to give them solutions. So for you to give them solutions, you must be sure that they want you to give them solutions.
Yes.
So okay, there's the other
Which
side
is why,
of
sorry, before you say that, if any lawyer is listening, please, they should pay for your time.
yes now
Get money for your
consultation
time.
fee.
Thank you. Yeah, so the final point on listening that I'd like to emphasize on is judgment. A lot of people judge people, so when they're talking to you, you've already given them passed this judgment on them. So what you don't want to do is pass judgment on them when you're talking, they're expressing themselves. So irrespective of whatever it is that they've done out of those things, you don't want to judge them. They want to know that they can trust you.
Yeah.
So that they can always come back to you and be able to help them. All right, so the next point that's this for still individuals, helping them is to include them. Now, these people have low self-esteem. Chances are they want to be excluded. They just want to be on their own.
Yes.
They want to stay out, just leave us alone, antisocial behaviors. Include them in whatever it is. You have an event you're going for. Include them. They will definitely, most probably, bail on you. But
I bailed on a lot of things.
Keep trying. Eventually they'll come up to you. Then ask for help.
Ask for help.
Ask for help. Ask, how can we help you?
Okay.
It's interesting, or it's easy to just assume, what you just need now is to just probably a hot shower. That's probably not what they want. Ask them, how can we help you?
So get to know what they need.
Get to know what they want.
Okay.
What they need. And then also, it's in twofold. Ask other people for help. Ask professionals for help, ask experts for help, ask people who most probably have.
Like I'm asking you for help now. So don't assume that you know it all.
Don't assume you know it all. Irrespective, maybe your child, if someone you're close to, don't assume you know it all. So that is that for the individuals who are helping, other people with low self-esteem. Okay,
so in summary, for communication strategies that can help with low self-esteem, for mentors, for people helping people going through low self-esteem, the first is
to
be supportive.
Yes, recognize their feeling and be supportive.
Second,
yes, good listening. Practice listen to them.
Third.
Yes, and the third is to include them.
Okay. Yes. And the fourth,
ask for help. Ask for their help. Ask for help from other people. Yes.
And ask what they need.
Ask what they need. Then for individuals who are going through self-esteem, who are going through
low self-esteem,
yes, and would really want to help themselves, one of the first things I say is modeling. What I mean by modeling is you know people who have good self-esteem. You are looking at them on a daily basis. You see how they behave. You see how they act. Ask them. Talk to them. Model them. Model them. And the truth of the matter is, quite a lot of people, they don't have it all figured out.
No.
A lot of times they have doubts about that environment, but you see how they react to it. You see how they behave to it. You see how they
do it scared, but they do it anyways.
Yes. So, and then that's the same place you want to work on your non-verbal communication, your body language. That's where you want to work on it as an individual with low self-esteem. So you have to actually be intentional with it. In your modeling, you're looking at, okay, this is the perfect person. Wow, I like the way you react. I like that you are so out there. I like it. So how do you do it? Oh, I see your body language. You're open. Not slouched, not all of those things. So this is where you want to work on all of those non-verbal cues, non-verbal communication lines that you are trying to establish. That's the first point that I usually come up with. Then the second is to ask questions.
Okay, go on, please.
Ask questions. So you want to ask questions about different things. For example, low self-esteem, yes, can be affecting your academics. Ask questions.
In other words, don't be silent.
Don't be silent.
Seek help.
Yes, ask the questions.
Okay.
Oh, I see how you dress. I like it. Where can I get it?
That's a whole new different level of courage. Well, okay.
I'm telling you the truth. Ask the questions. I like your necklace.
There's no necklace.
That's an example. Okay, I like your earrings. found
Oh,
you
yes,
using
yes.
earphones.
Thank you, thank you.
I like your earrings. If asking you where I would get them now may be strange, but where can I get them?
I can help you pierce the hole. Okay.
But that's the idea. Ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
You see how someone who is so confident, who is doing all of these things that you are admiring, you like it. Ask them, approach them. Yes. Like I said, it's discipline. It's discipline. You discipline yourself. Say, I'm going to approach this person. I'm going to walk up to you. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to ask you these questions in class. See, forget all of it. Ask your question. It's you that doesn't understand.
So you can start with something as easy as, if I see something I like, so now using ladies as an example, if I see a beautiful lady, I like how she dresses, I'll compliment her.
Yes, exactly. I'll compliment her.
So just having something like that kind of strategy.
Yes, and because usually when you compliment, you always get a compliment back.
Yeah.
Always, you would always get a
So
compliment.
Festus
back.
compliments me.
You're looking good today.
Ah, thank you so much. You're looking very handsome.
Thank you so much. All right, so the next one, which is actually very, very important, is to practice positive self-talk.
Okay.
You must talk to yourself.
I do that a lot.
Talk to yourself. So replace all the I'm not worth it, I'm stupid, I'm not all of those, I'm not up to it with I can do it. I know I can do it. You want to focus on all the things you can do rather than the things you cannot do.
Sharing a practical example, there was, I think 2 years ago, I had a program in Transcorp with all my dressing and everything. There was a place I passed, this water sprinklers just came on. And the clothes I wore is this clothes that when water touches, it's very chance. Do you know what I did? I started talking to myself and laughing. I'm like, Rose, you know what? There's nothing you can do anyways. Just be going. And yeah, the fact that I was able to laugh at the situation and cheer myself up because there was nobody there to cheer me up. And then imagine walking into, of course, I was going for a very important event, Transcorp, the whole hype. And imagine walking in there looking like one rat that they just picked out from water. It could have really done a lot to my self-esteem.
Yeah.
But the fact that I was able to talk to myself and laugh at the situation really helped my self-esteem. So
that's the point. So you talk yourself out of or into anything that it is that you want to do. And then finally on this point, it's not exhaustive. Like I have said, there's still a whole lot of things that can be done, but just for the purpose of this, I've done this. You need to respond and not react. Respond and not react.
Guys, I hope you're taking note actually, because you can see that I am.
We want to respond. Now, what I mean by response is calculated reaction. That's for want of a better word. In other words, if I pinch you, your reaction is based on the stimuli. You don't have time to calculate what you want to do. You may as well just probably hit my hand or shout, or that's a reaction.
Give you a slap.
You did not calculate it. But a response will be probably I pinch you and you go, I don't like that you pinched me, please don't do it again. Now you calculated your response. You took time to say, okay, I don't like that you pinched me, and you are able to also decide how you're going to communicate it to this person. Now, the reason why you shouldn't react is because, first of all, you're dealing with low self-esteem. So chances are you will do something in that reaction that you will regret.
And will cause more low self-esteem.
You will now cause more of the low self-esteem because it may not be like, oh, you overreacted.
And then you go, you shouldn't have done this. You are so stupid. You can't do anything good. And then you just keep going down and down and down.
So yes, one of the things I tell people, in this regard is to respond and not react. So you want to be in control at every time.
Thank you so much, Festus. Thank you so much, Festus. So guys, remember at the beginning I said it's a communication strategy that teaches you what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. And I strongly believe that he has done justice to this topic. I learned a lot. I mean, you saw me taking notes. I'm a diligent student. I learned a lot. Thank you so much, Festus. So guys, this is the first series, or the first topic in the communication series. And the next topic will be, I'll see you next week. Thank you.